What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another daily MLB baseball recap. And we had a very exciting day in baseball yesterday, but I do want to start off this video with two pieces of bad news. And that is that, one, Justin Verlander is going to be missing the entire year because of, I think he has like an elbow injury. So he's going to be out for the entire year. I don't know what the Astros pitching rotation is going to do. No Cole, no Verlander. I don't know what they're going to do. So the Astros might be in serious trouble. But even worse is that I think they said eight players on the Marlins have COVID. I know Jose Reyna is one of them. I don't really know any other names. But their game against the Orioles today has been postponed. And I don't know when they're going to make that up. They're going to have to make it up on the 6 off days they have. But the Marlins have actually been playing good. They won 11-6 against the Phillies, and they are looking very good. But it's really tough that they're gonna have to miss that game. So I don't know when they're gonna make that up, but that game has been postponed. I don't know what they're gonna plan on doing, but I'm sure that the MLB will have something in place for that. But anyway, we have baseball to recap. And there were a lot of close games. I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games were decided by 1 run, and there were plenty that were decided by 2. And then there were a few crushings. The first game was the Yankees visiting the Nationals. The Yankees win this one 3-2. Patrick Corbin pitched a terrific game, 6 1/3, only gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run. And the Nationals were up 2-1, or they were up 2-1 late, but a home run from Luke Voit tied it into the 7th, and it all came to head in the 8th when Gleyber Torres with an RBI single looper into left field made it 3-2, and the Yankees ended up holding it on for the win. A crazy back-and-forth game in Philly between the Marlins and Phillies. The Phillies dropped up to an early 4-0 lead off the strength of this Bryce Harper mammoth home run. But the Marlins rallied back with the help of the long ball to tie it up at 5-5. And then they broke away with a Corey Dickerson home run, a Brian Anderson home run. Miguel Rojas, Corey Dickerson, Brian Anderson, and Jesus Aguilar all hit home runs. The Marlins just completely out-hit the Phillies in that game. They are your winners 11-6. Our first intense extra inning game put the Blue Jays up against the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Jays controlled this game from the very start. They were up 4-1. Even a run in the 8th, I think, made it 4-2, but they were up 4-2 going into the last inning against the Reds. They got Ken Giles on the mound. Okay, he loaded the bases, and then his arm wasn't feeling well. It, was waving to, be taken out of the game. So they bring in this weird rookie side-arming left-hander who walks G-Man Choi with the bases loaded to make it 4-3. And then Brandon Lau hits a little looper, and the Blue Jays announcers were ripping on Vlad Guerrero for going for this ball when he should have just covered the bag. But they're like, this is his second ever game playing first base. So Vlad misses. He's out in no man's land, and then it's a race to the bag between Brandon Lau and the Blue Jays pitcher. Brandon Lau wins the race with an electric headfirst slide into first. We are now going to extra innings with the runner on second rule. The Jays were able to push across a run on a Rowdy Tellez sac fly to make it 5-4. But then Jose Martinez walked to lead off the bottom of the 10th. And so with 2 runners on, nobody out, Kevin Kiermaier rips a double down the line for a hit. Both runners come all the way around to score, and the Rays walk off against the Blue Jays with a final score of 6-5. The Indians' offense was no match for the Royals pitching. They win this one 9-2. Nothing really much to say. Jose Ramirez hit 2 home runs. Carlos Carrasco pitched 6 innings and only gave up 2 earned runs. Your Indians are your winners in that one. The Reds hosting the Tigers for the 3rd game of their series. Trevor Bauer and Spencer Turnbull went toe-to-toe, both only giving up 1 run in 6 innings pitched. Both bullpens shut it down until the 9th inning when C.J. Cron lifts a high drive into deep right, and it finds the shallow porch for a 2-run shot, making it 3-1 Tigers. The Reds would only push across 1 in the bottom half of the 9th, and the Tigers improved to 2-1 over the Reds. A very disappointing start for Cincinnati. The Orioles beat the Red Sox 7-4. Another early offensive explosion with home runs for Rio Ruiz and Anthony Santander. The Orioles pretty much used their entire bullpen that game, but it worked. They grabbed the early lead and didn't look back. They win that one 7-4. It was the Mariners 7-6 over the Astros. The entire team was hitting for both teams. Gurriel had an RBI single. Maldonado played really well. But Kyle Seager and Kyle Lewis are destroying it for the Mariners right now. It all came to a front 5-5 in the 8th, and Kyle Lewis with a two RBI single to make it 7-6. Or to make it 7-5, the Astros would only score 1 in the 9th, and the Mariners get their first win of the season 7-6. The Twins, they destroyed the White Sox 14-2. That's actually not the worst clobbering today. Nelson Cruz went 4 for 5 with 2 homers, scored 4 runs, and had 7 RBIs. I think we know who our player of the day is right now. My friend goes, Nelson Cruz has to be on steroids. How can you be 40 and be the best hitter in the MLB? It was the Pirates 5-1 over the Cardinals. Mitch Keller had a terrific pitching performance, pitching 5 innings, only giving up 1 run and 2 hits. Jose Osuna and Colin Moran both hit home runs, and the Pirates get their first win of the season. The Cubs beat the Brewers 9-1. Tyler Chatwood had a terrific pitching performance. 6 innings, only gave up 1 run, 3 hits. Anthony Rizzo hit his second home run of the year. Ian Happ hit his second home run of the year. Wilson Contreras hit an absolute missile. I know Schwarber came around to score twice. Nico Horner had 2 RBIs. All around a great game for my Cubs. It was the Rockies 5-2 over the Rangers. Trevor Story went 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. And that was really all they need. Kyle Freeland had a very solid performance, only giving up 2 runs. And the Rockies beat the Rangers 5-2. So, in Shohei Ohtani's return to baseball, and not his return to baseball, his return to pitching. Very excited. They were talking about how good he was. And what ended up happening is he gave up 5 runs and no outs. That is good for an ERA of infinite. He is an infinite ERA. Not great for Ohtani. Sean Murphy homered for the A's. The Angels actually came back in this game. They made it 5-4. Mike Trout hit a home run. It was the first 3-0 pitch Mike Trout has swung at in like 4 years. It's a rocket of a home run, but it wasn't enough. The A's improved to 2-1 with a 6-4 win. So coming into this next game, the only undefeated teams for the day were the Cardinals, the Astros, and the Padres. The Cardinals and Astros had already lost, so at this point, the Padres were the only undefeated team left. So the Padres, they had a 1-0 lead for the majority of this game, but against the offense like the D-backs, 1 run's not going to do it, as the D-backs pushed across 2 in the 8th. The Padres tied the game, and going into the 9th inning, Kirby Yates was on to just get him to the bottom of the 9th tied so the Padres could walk it off. But he completely imploded, loading the bases, and then a Ketel Marte sac fly and a David Peralta single made this game 4-2. The Padres were only able to push across 1 run in the last inning. So now every team is now either 2-1 or 1-2, and the Giants and Dodgers are both 2-2. We'll get to that game in a second. So, Rick Porcello, first start as a Met. Let's see, how do you think it went? How's 5 earned runs in 3 innings? Or no, sorry, 2 innings. Yeah, I don't think you said too good. Ozzie Albies went 3 for 6, scoring 3 runs. Home runs from Ozuna, Albies, Swanson, and a monstrous blast from Austin Riley. All culminates in a 14-1 Braves win. Okay, so this is why I have the Mets finishing 4th. You have DeGrom pitching a gem, game 1. You win that game 1-0. You have Steven Matz pitch a gem, and then you give it to Edwin Diaz out of the pen. Oops, blew the game, and then your pitching blows up, and you lose 14-1. And lastly, we have the Giants getting their second win in a row and a 3-1 win over the Dodgers. And this game was terrifically pitched from the Giants bullpen. Trevor Gott, Willie Peralta, they did very well. They were scrappy. They pushed across some runs with some small ball. Marciano Dubon had an RBI single. I don't really know who else did well for the Giants, because I need to give them the credit they deserve, because I was ripping on them earlier. RBIs. Dante Solano had an RBI single, and Darren Ruff had an RBI single. So, and the Dodgers couldn't hit. They really couldn't hit. Their only RBI was a Cody Bellinger single, and the Giants win this game 3-1. So that is your MLB recap for the day. Your player of the day is Nelson Cruz. I mean, listen to this. 4 for 5, 4 runs scored, 2 home runs, and 7 RBIs. He definitely is your player of the game. Your play of the day, who do we want to go with? I'm going to go with the Kevin Kiermaier walk-off double. Really came in clutch there. That's your play of the day. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope that the Marlins are okay and are able to reschedule games, because they're looking like a very good team. Miguel Rojas is going off, so is Jesus Aguilar. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.